Hey, Ty here, so welcome to the VR Tech channel, welcome back to the True Lenses series, the series where we stick a camera in front of the lenses of our VR headsets to see which one is the best, which one is the right for you. And of course, because it was requested like crazy, in this video we're gonna give the same treatment to the PSVR2, the new flagship virtual reality headset from Sony PlayStation. I'm gonna be honest, this video was very tricky to make because the lenses didn't want to cooperate really, they're not the best to work with, and at the same time I couldn't use my catalog of games that I usually show. So bear with me, this took very long time, and I really hope you're gonna enjoy it as well. Because there's so many interesting things and details about these screens of the PSVR2, and well, can't wait to show it. But overall though, in this video I'm gonna compare the PSVR2 with an HDR OLED display with a resolution of 2000 by 2040 each eye, running up to 120 Hz, with the MetaQuest 2 with a resolution of 1832 by 1920 LCD RGB pixel arrangement running up to 120 Hz, and the MetaQuest Pro with a resolution of 1800 by 1920 each eye, LCD RGB display with hundreds of dimming zones, and the new generation pancake lenses. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. As always, if it's your first time here, this is not a science, these lenses are made for your eyes and not for the lenses of a camera, so take your conclusions, see what you wanna see, but we're gonna talk about it together at the end of this video. And yeah, we're gonna talk about the Mura. But first, thanks to VR for making this video possible. And it's actually a very fitting sponsor this time. If you're using your glasses with the PSVR2, you might notice that it could be quite uncomfortable, and also you're losing a lot of field of view, and your games get less immersive because of that. But VR actually makes prescription lenses right for your PSVR2 lenses. These are 100% suitable for the eye tracking module and do not affect at all the VR headset IPD adjustment, and ship them worldwide in 5 to 8 days, and are super easy to attach and to detach. Great if you're sharing your headset. By the way, they also stay there in the most shaky gaming situations. You can set your prescription directly in their website, and if you have any question, they also have a consultant on the bottom right of the website that can help you directly with your order. That's pretty neat. Also, by the way, the PSVR2 lenses are very prone to scratching, so having an insert for it will solve the issue completely. And by the way, they're making them for every headset out there. So go on VR-rock.com and set your prescription for your headset. Thanks to VR for supporting this video, and let's get into it. And here you have it, this was the comparison between the PSVR2, the Meta Quest Pro and the Meta Quest 2. I tried to match as much as possible all the settings in different games like Kayak VR and Demeo, and at the same time I actually used Assetto Corsa and GT7 on Monza on a kind of a formula car, it's a super formula, and GT7 to have pretty much the same experience. And at the end of the day, I think we actually had the answers we were looking for. And by the way, something that actually bothers me a lot, everyone is talking about Mura. I don't know who said it first. The problem with this screen and what you see most of the time is not actually the Mura. The Mura is pretty hard to see. It's actually an inconsistency in the colors of the screen. It's mostly noticeable in very dark area. But if you're complaining about this little textile in front of the screen that you see all the time that makes the image fuzzy, well, that's not the Mura, but it's actually this diffuser that is on the screen. It's actually a film on top of the OLED display. So yes, please, no more Mura. It's not a big issue here. We had headsets with much worse Mura, like it was the HP Reverb, the first model. That was a big problem there. And to give you an idea of the diffuser, I hope you're gonna be able to see it in this video, where I'm actually moving this headset up and down. And well, you can see that there's weird effects, like there's something in between the screen and your eyes, and that's the filter. Anyhow though, when we compare these three different headsets, there's some strength in each of those. For example, the OLED display of the PSVR2 is the brightest, the one with the best colors overall and the best contrast. Of course, we have an OLED display, so the blacks are completely black, and that's absolutely fantastic when you actually experience it. On the Quest 2, instead, we have kind of the best perceived resolution of all of these. We have the least screen door effect that is important for somebody, and the RGB pixel arrangement just feels very good in there. Instead, on the Quest Pro, well, we have the clarity, the insane clarity of the pancake lenses that I wish we had also on the PSVR2, being like a new headset released in 2023. It's just so weird because we had pancake lenses on the PSVR1 and they ditched completely the idea. And also with these Fresnel lenses on the PSVR2, it's very important to be exactly in the sweet spot. That's why it was so hard to actually make this video, because the sweet spot on the PSVR2 is very tiny. So if you see chromatic aberration, like those blue lines on the text, well, that means that you're not wearing it in the right way. But if you feel that it's always a bit blurry anyway, I understand you, it's something that is particular of this headset. They tried to contrast the screen door effect. Again, I don't think that was an issue, but that's what they decided to do, and this is the result. Also, being an OLED display is an higher persistence, so that means that the frame actually stays in there a bit longer, and that may create a problem for ghosting. At the same time, well, give also a bit more motion sickness than what you will have with a low persistent display. But this is really technicality. Also, this screen was supposed to be an RGB pixel arrangement display, but this seems to be zooming in also a pentile with a diamond pattern. Well, we have less reds. That's why the screen door effect is more noticeable. You see a lot of dots when you look at the reds. And lots of nerdy stuff. I know I wanted to go a bit more in depth on these screens. But what do you think about it? Did you expect something like this? Let me know in the comment below. And as always, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more VR tech. If you really love the channel, there's a join button on there. Get on further. Also the Patreon. Thanks to all the patrons for the channel, of course. And I see you guys in the next video. If you have any suggestion, of course, on what to do in the next video, if you want another True Lenses video, in case, let me know so we can also compare those. Anyway, guys, again, ciao.